And welcome to Ship Philly First, a presentation of PhilaPort, the Port of Philadelphia. I'm Brad Satin, and today we're talking about fruit and vegetable cargoes. We're here at a pretty chilly Philadelphia wholesale produce market in South Philadelphia. Produce, as you can imagine, requires a lot of attention to detail and specialized skills to transport it effectively. In fact, more than half the containers that come through PhilaPort are actually refrigerated. Give us a better understanding of how it all works are Larry Antonucci of J&K Fresh East and 721 Logistics, and Tom Kovacevich. He is with TMK Produce. Guys, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Larry, I'll start with you. Tell us a little bit about yourself and your company, your business.
Like most folks that work in the port, I'm a local product, live here, went to school here, worked for a family business here, started 721 Logistics with my cousin John and my brother John as a full-service customs broker and freight forwarder. J&K Fresh is our specialty division that focuses solely on fresh fruit and perishables.
And Tom, interesting story from age 7, you kind of got hooked.
Yeah, my father was in the produce business in New York City, and they were produce brokers. They didn't have much to sell in the winter. And I remember him telling me that this new service was starting, bringing fruit up from Chile, and that they were going to be put on boats, and that boats were going to come up and go through the Panama Canal and then come up to Philadelphia, and that he was going to buy it in Chile and pick it up in Philadelphia and send it to his customers. And he showed me in an encyclopedia, you know, like the whole path of the boats. And I just think that's crazy that I can remember that. And now 50 years later, this is how I make a living, you know, buying and selling fruit from these ports. You know, it's amazing.
Well, let's talk a little bit about fruits and vegetables. Larry, how much comes up the Delaware River every year?
Well, every year it's growing, it's getting larger and larger. This year we've done about $4.1 billion.
Billion with a B.
Billion with a B, and about 5 million in volume, in tons.
Well, Tom mentioned Chile. Where is this stuff coming from?
Most of it is coming from Chile. We do now see a lot more fruit coming in from Peru, South America, Morocco, Argentina. They're typically your blueberries, your grapes, avocados, citrus from South America. And then you have Ecuador, Colombia, Costa Rica, Guatemala for your tropicals, which are more year-round. Your bananas, plantains, pineapples and such.
And so, Tom, when fruit comes off of a ship, what happens to it? It all doesn't come here to this facility.
No. So this facility is occupied by 18 produce wholesalers. So TMK Produce is just one of those. And I can tell you in our case, we're procuring millions of cases of fruit that comes through the Port of Philadelphia. So in total, it's got to be tens of millions of cases off the port comes through this building.
The rest of it, though, is just being shipped to wholesalers, retailers directly?
Yeah, a lot of like major supermarkets, whether it's in the Midwest, they even ship as far as, California and Washington State. This port covers a huge area. So
for the produce that comes here, who are the customers? Where does it go?
So of the 18 companies that occupy this building, everyone has a different customer mix. And ours is 75% retail and 25% food service.
In some cases, like to restaurants and that kind of thing?
Yeah, that would be the food service component. But even in that component, it's mostly to purveyors that are servicing the restaurants. So we're kind of like the first link.
Is it open to the public?
It is open to the public. There is a small fee to enter, depending on the type of vehicle you have. You can check the website, pwpm.net, and get all the information on what's involved with that.
Well, as I look around here, you can only see so much from the cameras here, but this is a huge facility. We're talking, what, 700,000?
Yeah, it's over 700,000 square feet.
Of contiguous refrigeration,
Yeah.
which makes it the biggest in the nation?
Yeah, that's right.
What does that mean? Why is that important?
Well, this building replaced what was the Philadelphia Wholesale Produce Market on Galloway Street in South Philadelphia. And there was a lot of reasons we needed to upgrade, but the most important is food safety. So by having this cold chain, by us having to sit here in the cold, it's better for the safety of the produce. And then additionally, just by modernizing and getting a new building, we got a lot more space, and that allowed us to all expand our businesses.
Tom and Larry, thanks so much for taking the time for us.
All right, thank you for having us.
Thanks,
And thank you for joining us as well. For more information on the Port of Philadelphia, just go to PhilaPort.com, and we'll see you again soon for another edition of Ship Philly First.